Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to SK Academy of Mathematics. Today, let us solve the problem on gradient where they have given the equation f equal to x square yz and g equal to xy minus 3z square, and we need to calculate gradient of gradient f into gradient g. First, let us find gradient f and gradient g. Then we can multiply those two, and let us simplify the gradient, and let us calculate the gradient of gradient f and gradient g. Now, let us find first consider the given solution. Consider the given, that is f, which is equal to x square yz comma g, which is equal to xy minus 3z square. We need to find we need to find gradient of gradient f into gradient g. Now first let us find gradient f. What is gradient f? Which is equal to dou f by dou x I cap plus dou f by dou y j cap plus dou f by dou z k cap. Okay, now let us differentiate the equation f with respect to x, y, and z with respect to the direction I, j, k. Okay, now let us find gradient f, which is equal to dou by dou x. What is f? We have x square yz I cap plus dou by dou y x square yz j cap plus dou by dou z x square yz k cap. Okay, let us differentiate gradient f, which is equal to yz remains constant. Differentiation of x square is 2z y 2x yz I cap plus the differentiate this f with respect to y. X square z remains constant. Differentiation of y with respect to y is 1 x square z into 1, that is x square z j cap plus, now differentiate this equation with respect to z. X square y remains constant. Differentiation of z with respect to z is 1 into x square y into k cap. This is the gradient f. Now let us find gradient g. What is gradient g? That is dou g by dou x I cap plus dou g by dou y j cap plus dou g by dou z k cap. Differentiating g with respect to x, y, and z, that is gradient g, which is equal to dou by dou x into xy minus 3z square I cap plus dou by dou y into xy minus 3z square j cap plus dou by dou z into xy minus 3z square k cap. Let us differentiate with what g with respect to x, y, and z. Let us see what we are going to get. Gradient g, which is equal to, okay, in the first term we have x, y remains constant. Differentiation of x is 1 into y. There is no term x in the next part, so it becomes 0 I cap plus, now differentiate with respect to y. X remains constant. Differentiation of y with respect to y is 1. X into 1 is x minus, there is no term y, so this becomes 0 into j cap plus, now let us differentiate. Xy will be constant. Okay, how we are getting 0? Xy will be constant. Okay, since there is no, if there is nothing, it will be the value 1. Differentiation of 1 with respect to z is 0. Okay, so this becomes 0 minus 3 remains constant. Differentiation of z square 2z. 2 into 3 6 z k cap. Then we get gradient g, which is equal to y I cap plus x j cap 0 minus 6z minus 6z plus into minus 6z k cap. This is your gradient G. Okay. Now let us multiply gradient f into gradient G. That is gradient f dot product gradient G. What is gradient f? 2 x y z I cap plus x square z j cap plus x square y k cap dot product, that is y I cap plus x j cap minus 6z k cap. Okay, let us multiply gradient f dot gradient g, which is equal to, we need to multiply with respect to the direction I into I 1, that is 2xyz into y, 2x y square z I into I is 1 plus x square with now let us go with respect to j direction, x square z into x, that is x cube z j into j 1 plus now let us go with the direction, plus into minus, we will get minus 6x square y into z. This is our, no need of bracket, this is our gradient dot gradient g. Now we need to apply the gradient for this term, that is gradient of gradient f dot gradient g, that is which is equal to dou by dou x of gradient f dot gradient g I cap plus dou by dou y of gradient f dot gradient g j cap plus dou by dou z of gradient f dot gradient g j k cap. Now let us simplify gradient of gradient f dot gradient g, which is equal to dou by dou x of what we have, 2x y square z plus x cube z minus 6 x square yz I cap plus dou by dou y, that is 2x y square z plus x cube z minus 6 x square yz j cap plus dou by dou z into 2x y square z plus x cube z minus 6 x square yz k cap. Now let us differentiate partially with respect to x, y and z. Okay, now let us consider gradient of gradient f dot gradient g. Now let us differentiate term by term. Okay, in the first term we have x, 2y square, z remains constant, differentiation of x with respect to x is 1. Okay, 1 into 2y square z, that is 2y square z, plus here we have the term x, x, that is x cube, z remains constant, differentiation of z cube, that is 3z, sorry, 3x square z minus, okay, 6yz remains constant, differentiation of z square 2x, that is x square, that is 2x, 6 into 2x minus 12x yz I cap. Now let us repeat it for j, that is sorry, j direction with respect to y, that is 2x, z remains constant, differentiation of y square, that is 2y, 2y into 2xz, we get 4xyz, plus in this term we don't have y, so this term, this only this term becomes 0, minus in this term we have y, 6x square z will be constant, differentiation of y with respect to y is 1, 1 into 6x square z, which is equal to 6x square z with respect to the direction j cap, plus, now let us differentiate with respect to z. In the first term, 2xy square z, 2x y square remains constant, differentiation of z with respect to z, which is 1, 2xy square into 1, which is equal to 2xy square. Okay, now let us go with the second term. We have second term z, x cube remains constant, differentiation of z is 1, then 1 into x cube minus 6x square yz, 6x square y remains constant, differentiation of z is 1, 1 into 6x square y, 6x square with respect to the direction k cap. Gradient of gradient f dot gradient g, which is equal to 2y square z plus 3x square z minus 12xy z I cap plus 4xyz minus 6x square z j cap plus 2xy square plus x cube minus 6x square y into k cap. This is the required solution for the given set of equations. Okay. I hope you have understood this problem. For more videos, please do like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video. Thank you.